much fun. You all did such a great job. I know I am walking away better today than I was when I came in last night because of our youth. And that is the purpose of what we're doing. That is the purpose of the Stewart Foundation, to see you all grow, thrive, and be the best possible you can possibly be. So as a result of what we were able to see last night, we are hoping some of the wisdom that the mentors have actually gathered through the course of their lives is also enriching to each and every one of you. Is enriching to each and every one of you. So we're going to get started today with our guest mentor who actually came to stand in the gap. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please give it up for Mr. James Kirkland.
Thank you, man. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone today?
We are
good. Good. Today I'm going to be speaking on the power of no, also on not feeling guilty about saying no. Different times in our lives, we always have situations that we run across where people try to make us feel guilty about saying no to them for certain reasons or for certain things, or mostly just to benefit themselves. So you'll have a whole lot of situations that you're going to come across in the many years that you have coming to understand the levels of ways to say no, when not to say no, and also who is going to benefit more by saying no.
So my presentation is about financial literacy, and I titled it 101 because as Benjamin and Tyler go to school. So before we go to the next slide, I want to ask this question of you all. What is money to you? See your hand? Yes.
Currency used to trade items for items.
Currency to trade items. Yes, Jamar. We've always got to have some money set aside or put in the budget so that we are prepared to take care of those things that you may need or some of those things that you may want. Tell me the difference between your needs and your wants. You want to make sure that you compare prices to get the best deal. All right. So along with saving money, we also want to give back. So we know as part of the Stewart Foundation, we do a lot of volunteering and we do a lot of donating. So that's important as part of being a well-rounded financial person. It's always good to give back.
So before I start my first slide, can you guys tell me what's your definition of self-confidence? The definition of self-confidence, some may say, is experiencing genuinely positive feelings about yourself while accepting your faults. A definition of self-confidence is acting assertively because you believe in your inherent worth. Self-confidence means that even when you don't like the things about yourself, you love yourself. If you want to learn how to run, you just do, one step at a time. If you want to, work out, you want to lose weight, you do one step at a time. Be a leader and not a follower. Lean on those who are also there to help you and boost your self-esteem. Reduce your fear and anxiety. Increase your self-worth. Reduce negative thoughts. Will provide greater success.
All right, today I'm very proud to have the opportunity to speak on leadership. The ability of an individual to influence or guide other individual, team, or organization. I'm really impressed with mentees today. I think we all are leaders. I think we have a room full of leaders here. Just from your interaction last night, I was very proud of you guys. My presentation really is if I was willing to share a part of my life growth. But I was born in Guyana, South America. I was the last in the family of 5, and grew up with my dad and my mom. My mom was always home. She never had a job. Well, I shouldn't say she never had a job, but she never had a 9 to 5 because she takes care of the entire family. She cooks, she cleans. That was her job. My dad was a GOAT. He was a great machinist. My story is simply as, just don't go after the money. Educate yourself.
Before we break for lunch, we're fortunate to have great relationships, and relationships are everything. Last year, the cabin we stayed in was because of relationships, and we were able to get those cabins for free last year. And so it was this young man right here who brought us to this space, James, and we're going to let James come on up because he does some amazing work with music. You would love this. You would love this. They have music camps and studios all over, sound rooms and Logic and all the stuff. And he teaches young people to have their own studio systems in their home and, even in schools and things. I think you're in how many schools right now?
17.
Wow. In 17 schools. And so we're honored to be here with James. Thank you, James, for making this connection with us. And so why don't you come on up just for a minute and you get a chance to say something.
So I'm not necessarily one for speeches and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Put the microphone on. All right. Okay. There you go. Technology, y'all. Isn't that magnificent? So my name is James Caldwell. I'm executive director of an organization called the Music Education Group. Our mission is to teach life skills through music, film, and digital media. And so we try to help young people like yourselves understand about the skills that you need to have great careers in the music industry. I have only worked in the music industry for the past 20 years. This is all I've done by the grace of God. First, you guys are the guests, you young people, and I hope that you appreciate what Mr. Stewart and Miss Gwen and these volunteers are doing for you today. I mean, they're very busy people, but they're here pouring into you guys individually. A lot of young people don't have that opportunity, and so please take advantage of everything that you are learning here. And I'll tell you now, if you guys are interested, Miss Gwen can give you our information and we can start training you on it. It won't cost you anything. Mr. Stewart, who, I am extremely fortunate to be a colleague of Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart is that dude, y'all. And he's that guy. I don't know if you've heard any of his poems, but his words can literally bring you to tears. Okay, as a grown man, I'm like, dang, Hank. Give me a napkin. It's a bug in here.
We're just trying to put you in position. That's all. If you're in position, you can win every single time. If you're out of position, it hurts. It's hard trying to catch up. But let me tell you what I told the young people. I said, I know I have more yesterdays than tomorrow. It's a sad reality. I know it. I'm 60 years old. If I get to 100, I still have more yesterdays than tomorrow. And I said to them, I said, most of you all have more tomorrows than yesterday. Most of you. And I said, not all of you all. I said, because imagine this, Dr. King had more yesterdays at 30 than he had tomorrows. So make sure that you make an impact every single day. Make sure you're working on your legacy every single day. What you do today matters.
And let's take Mr. Stewart on a journey. On last evening, we had the honor and pleasure of having our membership chair actually come to the stage and do a strong presentation on honesty by Honesty Williams, and taught us the essence of integrity and speaking what? Truth to power. Right? Give it up for honesty once again. And then we had our event chair. Our event chair knocked it out of the park. And he shared with us his incredible art of photography and utilizing that photography to actually go in and tell your truth. And your truth is your truth. And you actually get to live. Right? You live right, by who you are. It was beautiful. He showed us some of his master work, which he's actually won prizes for. So we're encouraging Jonathan to continue to move forward. Give it up for Mr. Jonathan Moore. We had our incredible communications chair who came up there in this thing, and she said, what, your eyes wide shut, right? And about men's health. Took us on a journey of when she actually got the opportunity to work at Grady through what? The Stewart Foundation. And now she has a love and a thrust for making sure that men keep their health up, right? And shared some compelling information with us about men not actually doing that. And she needs all of us to be engaged with that. Give it up for Ms. Nina Craig. And then we had our Jamarcus Hill, our community chair, came up in there and introduced us and helped us to see a whole nother world and helped us to understand the spectrum of autism. And if we simply got to know and understand what was taking place with autism and how to identify and get it early so that people and educate people on what takes place in the minds, right, of those that are experiencing autism, the world could be a much better place. Give it up for Mr. Jamarcus Hill. And then our parliamentarian, Mr. Cameron Nelson, came up and he really did help us understand what I do believe is so absolutely crucial. You know, technology is great, gas, gasoline, you know, all of that stuff, but the power of networking, socialization skills. It is how we operate with others. Cameron did a fantastic job in helping us understand socialization. So give it up again for Mr. Cameron Nelson. Oh, shucks. And then our treasurer, Mr. Cal Nelson. Cal came back with strong leadership, and he honed in on one particular skill set that we all need to ensure that we continue to sharpen, which is active listening. And as we actively listen to an individual, we're not thinking about what we're going to say because we're so engaged in what that individual is sharing. Because as I listen, I show that I care. That's how I show that individual. And recognizing and understanding, once again, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Give it up for Kyle Nelson. He walked that thing out the box. Boy. And did this young lady step on the stage and show completely out? Miss Kaylee Nelson came up there with leadership for real and taught us our styles. Let me hear some styles up in there. What? Kaylee was like, what? Transformational leader, servant leader, right? And democratic leader. Yeah, the autocratic leader. What? Right, servant, situational leader. What? Kayla was on it. She taught us, and we were able to share all of our what we thought were our leadership skills. And we see some of those skills in some of us. You know, we don't always use them all at the same time, right? But great job from Kaylee. Give it up for Kaylee again. And boy, did we have some strong Black history moments, boy, because Tyler Hope, our vice president, came to this forum in the Wheel of Fortune. And boy, did the competition boots come out. What? Dun, 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 dun. Woo!
Very ugly sides.
Oh, those sides were shown.
Very ugly.
Ooh, it was quite interesting, but it was fun. It was educational, yet entertaining. It was pleasure, and it was so much fun. But boy, because Tyler held his own as the host. Didn't you, Tyler? You held it down there, boop, 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 as the VP. That Wheel of Fortune was truly pro work. And our fearless leader, yes, our president, Mr. Benjamin Jones, took us home last night because he actually took us on a strong recap of all of the things that took place under his administration as president of the Stewart Foundation. So boy, did he bring it home. Didn't he wrap that thing up for us? Yeah. He wrapped that thing up for us, and it was so much fun, right? The boys didn't go to bed till about 4 o'clock in the morning, right? We were up here 1 something, 2, trying to get cleaned up, but it was great. It was great. Then we woke up this morning, and we began the day again, and had our incredible mentors to actually come and do their presentations. So this morning, as we had our adult presentations going on, we had James get us started, and James helped us understand that no is a complete sentence. You've got to be able to balance, who you are, what your needs are, against those needs of other individuals that are trying to make you do something. And then understand it, basically, what's in it for me, right? And how do I gain as well? So great presentation. And then we actually had Tanya. Oh my goodness, Tanya did financial literacy and brought her talents and her patience and her love, and really drew home some crucial points in actually operating with our finances in society. So some things that we could walk away and understanding differences with, check-ins and savings and debit cards and credit cards and etc., right? And understanding interest and etc. So give it up again for our volunteer director. Yes. And then Miss Erica Goggins. Where is Erica? Oh. She's in the corner. Erica created a very moving moment for us today, because Erica actually brought to us self-confidence. Yep, and self-confidence, and what it means, and what it looks like, and what it doesn't look like. Self-confidence isn't arrogance, because arrogance is self-serving, it's building yourself up. And that many times is building yourself up at the expense of others. But self-confidence is simply knowing who you are, what you bring to the table, affirming yourself, and not looking for other individuals to affirm you, because God has wonderfully and masterfully created you already. And you don't have to do that. Excellent job. Amen. Excellent job, Erica. And Mark joined our floor, and Mark did a beautiful job of leadership. But his leadership perspectives were different. He actually shared a story of actually growing up in Guyana and what he could have experienced. But because he actually listened to the wise ones and sat at the feet of those who have come before him and really actively listened to them, it changed the course of his life, and now he is an entrepreneur running his own business. Let's give it up for Mr. Mark. So great job.
So, as y'all know, Sunday to Wednesday, me, Benjamin, and Jamarcus attended the Andrew Young Emerging Leaders Summer Institute. And as soon as you got there, like the first day, when everyone was announcing their colleges and their HBCUs, there was so much, everyone was just so proud. No one's embarrassed of where they go. Everyone's excited to say where they go, and there's so much pride behind it and excellence behind their choices, and what they believe I believe I have a voice means to them. And just the beginning of this sentence in general, I believe I have a voice, it blew me to begin with. What you mean I believe? I know I have a voice.
This slide is very important to me because I deepened my health journey after surviving breast cancer, if you guys don't know that. And so I had to really go in deep and make some lifestyle changes because I wanted to live longer. Particular ingredient, I want you guys to become label readers. Do you guys remember last time when I did my presentation and I talked about reading labels? Who pushed the label reading initiative such that Michelle Obama, First Lady Obama, really important initiative. She took a lot of heat for that. So in front of anything that you read in terms of when you're shopping is marketing. And so it's fair play. They can put whatever, organic, healthy, vegan, they can put all those words. On the back is where you'll find the truth. Okay, these things are not good for your mind or body. You have on with you. You need to. This was her prescription. Go on a vacation by yourself. This is why I was not here last year. Go on a vacation by yourself. Do more yoga, more meditation, and eat clean. So for a year I've been doing that. And out of that, I decided that I wanted to be a yoga instructor and a meditation instructor. So I've been doing that. I'm getting certified to do that. So today I want you all to indulge me because I would like to do a meditation. Is that it gives you coping mechanisms to calm your life. It also helps you, the more you do it, you start to get insight into things that you probably hadn't thought about. Because it goes into layers and layers of your subconscious to help you think about ideas that you may not have thought about, to help you figure out ways to just do things that you never thought about doing. It'll make you feel more powerful or more confident because you start to say, I got control over my own mind, which is the best thing to have. And one of my favorite meditations is no mud, no lotus. And the idea is that without the mud, you can't grow the lotus. So without struggles and strife and things in your life, you will not grow as a person.
3 of the most important traits of a good leader: simply listening, as we touched on a little bit last night, caring, and offering solutions. Being able to perform at the job and perform at home and be successful in both realms. Okay? 94% of service professional workers are working more than 50 hours a week. So if you're putting in 50 hours a week on the job, how many hours are you spending at home? Right. So what you want to do is set out to create that balance. Okay. Because the people who are above me are putting into to make sure that I have that balance. I'm going to be a little bit more loyal. It's a great idea. What about on-site daycare? I'm sorry. Okay. That would have been a huge relief to me. You drive to work, you drop your kids on one floor, you go to work on another floor. You're not rushing through this Atlanta traffic to pick your child up. Stress is probably in the top 3 killers, especially in our community. In closing, if I could leave you with one bit of advice, very simply, learn to separate your work life from your personal life.
In the black community, a lot of us, we live in food deserts. You know, the things that we need to survive and to have a healthy body, we can't afford it, or we don't have it, or we don't have the knowledge, like Mr. Hank was talking about earlier. We just don't have it, and that's just what's going on in our neighborhood. And we've come to discover that some doctors, they just treat African Americans differently. Yeah, and when you walk into that doctor's office, when he sits down in that exam room and he asks you how you doing, if you say I'm doing good, in his mind your appointment's over. Right. Nothing. That really means nothing. You have to do your own research, do your own look it up for yourself, and look out for yourself. That releases them. That releases their accountability. See, if it's not written, like in nursing, here's what we got. If it's not documented, it wasn't done. That's how you have to be. So just take more control of your health care. Make sure you stay. If you have anything going on with you, I like how Jamarcus, he studies. You know, he knows he has a condition, and he's apprising himself. He keeps himself versed on that. Yeah. You have to do that with whatever's going on with you. I don't care what it is.
Right. And so when you can plug into something that you love, you don't mind. I since November the 7th, 1991, I stopped using an alarm clock. My purpose wakes me up morning now. I beat the alarm clock up only if I stayed up late doing something and I needed that alarm clock to remind me. But my purpose wakes me up. And so I think, too often if we can get to a point where you are plugged into your purpose, it changes. You see life differently.
Talking about, right? So like think about when you're in school and the teacher's on the board. Man, it's hard to figure out that math problem. Like, oh man, what is it? And then finally you get it, like, aha, I got it. Once you know the right way to face, will you do it? Will you face that right direction at all times? Man, you're going to have your friends, you're going to have your parents, you're going to have people that you meet that have titles that are important. They're going to give you guidance. Will you continuously face the right direction? But that's what fear will do. It will paralyze us from making decisions, for one, but two, it would allow us to follow people who we think have our best interests in mind. I would ask you, please, whatever you do, verify people in your space. Why do I say that? Usually when you're supporting somebody, you're smiling. That's what Honesty said. Cheer them on. You got this. Because you know what you need to do to support them. And you voluntarily step out on that. I got that. But boy, I tell you what now, a lot of sacrifice make you frown. A leader. Woo, man. Everybody want to be a leader, right? Well, let me let you know something. You can't lead anything unless you can follow. And I say that because it's going to come back one day to you. Where you're going to want to lead something, but you don't want to listen to anything somebody got to tell you about doing something as a team member. Not letting go of things that may have frustrated you or bad things people done to you as you on your life journey. You hold on to that, listen, to motivate you now. You got to be kidding me. We come too far not to expand our mind and keep that good information come in. Why? It's going to help make us better and select people that's got skills and talent around us. And you know what else is going to help us do? To give back. Even when you're not making the right decisions. Lean on those elders to get you right, to snatch you up. And like I said in that first slide, face you back in that right direction that they know you deserve.